Right, part four. This one it will be attributes. So pick any character, a character. Let's pick my character. Right, so yeah, double click. So on this object type is basically what I am initially. And then obviously you can edit loadouts and stuff like that. So to do that, you can right click on an object or whatever. Infantry obviously is edit loadout, Ace Arsenal, and then you can set them up as you want. With all the same stuff as in Ace Arsenal. Now, if you want to export this, then you can basically click export, and then you can just click import on this guy, for example. So you can right click, edit, Ace, and then import, and then you can change the loadouts as you will. Now, when you respawn, this is why I ask people to send their loadouts or their average loadout. They will always respawn with the gear that they have here. Obviously, they can change it in game in the arsenal. That's perfectly fine as well. But right, so we've got all these things here. Like you can set up as like the group leader, snap to surface, or just change your orientation. Have a tinker with these in your own. Go to attributes. Or you can double click. Normally this doesn't matter, that one, but yeah, variable name, I've already run through that. So this one's my player setup is B. I have access to the artillery and the support modules. Scroll down. So this is its current position, X, Y and Z. Rotation, none. Placement radius is just like a random dot. Obviously it's set up as playable with a tick. Now this script, it's not exactly a script, but basically this changes what it looks like when you go into the slot selection. So it will always show as Gossard as my name, and then the @ and the sort of quote marks. This is the category or the group it will be in. Object states is your skills. Generic it always starts at 50%. Health and armor 100, ammunition. I mean, you can if you're using. Sometimes I do scenarios where like things are dead, so as they start, so I set them up as I want them to be, and then I'll just select as 0. So literally, as soon as the game starts, the character falls over. Rank is handy if you're using modules that rank allows access to certain things. Sometimes, like Drongos, it used to be that you could sergeant and above would give you access to it. Stance. Obviously spawning in stance in this case, but AI it will be whether they start off as crouching or whatever. Visibility, this is exactly how it sounds. Add a flag, you have to type in the little scripty for it. But special states, now when we normally say is like if you're putting down buildings and you don't want them to have a high impact on the server, you're going to disable the simulation. That means that if a door is supposed to open, it won't open and stuff like that. If it's just a basic building, it also means that you can stick a nuke on it and it won't go anywhere. It may be destroyed, but it won't go anywhere. Again, you can turn off damage for like playable units, shall we say, or AI. Enable stamina, you can turn that off. Captive mode, basically, means it's like a rogue unit almost. There's various different, so starting parachute, so it will always land. Stay on position means it basically won't move away. Let's see, single player respawn tickets. Tend to ignore that. Identity, you can play with this as much as you want, really. Doesn't really matter. Presence is basically generally I'd leave that as it is. Equipment storage is just basically, are you making this have access to an arsenal? So my player will become an arsenal. I can add a gun to my light. Again, I tend to leave this alone. Knights, leave that alone. Web knights, basically, if I was to be infected, I would turn into whatever I select, depending on the mission. Advanced damage, you can literally tweak where you've been hit, so you would start with like a broken arm or whatever. Um, ambient animations, it's good for AI because what you can do is you can set it up here. So make the guy look like he's tapping away at a computer, listening to a briefing, injured. So I'd be laying on the floor holding my chest. Can exit refers to yeah. So if gunshots start, whether I'd exit it or not. Um, Generally, I'd check it unless it's like you actually want the guy to appear to be hacking a computer, and his friends are holding you off. Um, yeah, it's a logic thing there. AI again gives you individual. You'll notice that this comes across in Zeus as well. So basically, it gives them you can turn up their courage so they don't hide, make them really quick at spotting you, that sort of thing. Um, these ones as well, so you can turn off various little bits. So pathing is another thing. You can primarily do this in Zeus, depending how you want to set it up, but you can turn their pathing off, which stops them running away or running around or moving around. Unit traits, very important if you're setting up an engineer or a medic slot. So you can say, is a medic, check it, is an engineer, check it, explosive specialist, check it. And these generally are how the AI perceive you. That one is more about sort of coding it in. I have never touched that in my life. Ace properties, again, it's like the Ace bolt on. So that one up there is the base game. This one rather is the base game, and this is the Ace version. So again, you put it engineer or advanced engineer, medic or doctor, EOD, obviously explosive, and then you press OK. And that you can, like I say, you can then tweak your individual things, like your vehicles as well. You can also change that. So double click on that. Variable name, same thing. Obviously it's a vehicle, so you've got health and armour, fuel and ammunition, and a flag, all the other bits. This one here is the main sort of important one. So yeah, that is actually in a setting. So rearm cargo, fuel cargo, so you want to refuel it. Is a repair vehicle? Yes. Spare tracks on board of 5. Cargo space is 40. This basically means how much of a cargo slot does the vehicle take up. Water supply, we don't need it. And obviously you can add in, like it's Arsenal, so you can add in various different equipment, weapons and guns. Yeah, and this is the equipment storage. Obviously these are scripted in, so but yeah, you can change this as well. So this is number, and the Ace one is like an infinite amount. Buildings exactly the same, so you can double click on there. It doesn't really have anything in it, but you can also, if you click on equipment storage for vehicles, you can make it an Ace Arsenal straight off the bat. Yeah, that's pretty much it for that. So yeah, presence is the same. Yeah. Yeah, so that's pretty much that covered. We'll get more onto stuff like a little bit on triggers. Again, nothing major, but yes.